Hello there, and welcome to Doctor Who Radio Show. That's the way it goes, N9, and these two lovely gents with me are
Stephen Price from Wales.
And Jimmy Porto from upstate New York.
Lovely. Well, basically, the beginning of one era and the end of another has started. The 4th of September 2013 was the read-through for Matt Smith's final story. And the end of this week, the 8th of September, will be the actual beginning of filming of that last story, the Christmas special. Although, let's face it, it's only like a few months before broadcast. And in, well, just over 2 months will be, of course, the 50th anniversary story being broadcast. But we're talking about Matt Smith's, and also, Matt Smith's final story, and also the construction, the makeup of season 8. So, what do you think, both of you, about Matt Smith and his final days?
Oh, I'm gonna miss him. I liked him as the Doctor. I really enjoyed him in every episode he was in, and I was hoping he would have stayed longer, but he's leaving, so I'm gonna miss him. But I am looking forward to Peter Capaldi.
He's doing it shaved though. He's got his head shaved again.
Yeah, he's gonna wear a wig in the Christmas episode.
Oh, that's a bit odd though, wearing a wig for your last story.
Yeah. He chose to shave his head, so.
Bloody hell. Has there been any story plot lines leaking on the internet of what the last story might entail?
No, it's been very silent. No leaks at all.
No.
They say that the Cyberman will be in it. That's kind of boring. Cybermen was in the Silver Nemesis. The Cybermen are supposed to be in the 50th. Bring them back again for the Christmas.
Yeah. I seem to recall that one website suggested that since this is the 50th anniversary year, it could, in essence, be a sort of 10th planet type regeneration, maybe. You know, sort of like a rather clever echoing the past type thing.
Could be.
Which was really sort of suggested mostly by the fact that the Cybermen appearing. But there was also the suggestion that just like the Pandorica opens, they could be making a cameo rather than being the main villain.
Yeah, that's true.
I would love his last story to be like the 10th planet, if only in sort of atmosphere.
Well, I found out something this week. Where they filming.
Jolly good.
Remember the 11th Hour where he was in the village running with Amy, and he said, this is a duck pond, why are there no ducks in it?
Yeah.
Well, they filming in that exact village.
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit.
So we're going to find out the mystery of the ducks. Well, Moffat said he's going to answer every single question. That was one of them. Why weren't there any ducks? That was one of them.
Oh. Was there any sight of Amy or Rory at all?
No, it's just somebody informed on some Doctor Who location site. There's going to be starting filming from Sunday.
Holy smokes.
In that area.
I see. And they never seem to reveal who Prisoner Zero actually was, really, did they? So,
Oh, they might, and if Moffat's answering all the questions, they might answer that.
yeah. Prisoner Zero might be given a name.
Yeah. But speaking of Amy and Rory, that's how I would like the Doctor to die in the Christmas special. What makes him regenerate? I think it should be. He promised Rory's dad that they would never die, and now he's failed. I think he should die of a broken heart. He's just so depressed, and he just sits there and he regenerates. He dies from a broken heart. Not shot, killed, or anything. It's Christmas, and he has a broken heart.
Yeah. Well, he's already been given a heart attack by those boxes in The Power of Three.
Yeah.
So that links in directly, doesn't it? Should be like a semi-sequel to it, I suppose. Because really, let's face it, the only two main companions really have been Amy and Rory throughout the whole of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Amy was with him as soon as he regenerated. Amy was the first face he saw, even though it was Amy at 6 or 8. He even told her that. That's why she's special to him, because she was the first face he saw.
Or will the Doctor go back in time to visit Amy?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go back to that Christmas when young Amy was praying to Santa.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how his adventures, Matt Smith's adventures, first began. Dear Santa.
I wonder. I bet River Song's known what was going to happen all along, probably. That's the big revelation, possibly.
Could be. Because I think she somehow knows even Capaldi's Doctor.
Yeah, yeah. Or knows of him, you know.
Yeah. I think in the order that she met the doctors, Capaldi's Doctor may have been the first Doctor she met. Because remember, they're meeting out of order.
Oh, shit. That's a good point. Oh, yeah. It might be possible that her first actual encounter with the Doctor might be I've always presumed a younger, Melody Pond. Yeah, I mean, River Song, whatever she calls herself, Professor Song, whatever. And it will be his last encounter with her, but her first encounter with him, and it will be all full circle. Not in an Adric type way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't get it. So anything could happen. All bets are up in the air, really. What do you think, Steve? What do you think?
You could go back looking for Amy and come across the Cybermen.
What are the Cybermen doing there, though? I wonder.
Perhaps the Cybermen attacked the planet.
But they always do that, really.
And he's there to save somebody.
What do you think it might possibly have something to do with the New Look ones? That mind battle he had in, the...
Right, there's a bit of a... Just found out something. The location for... It's changed now. The location for next week has now been reported as Step Flats in Cardiff. A stairwell of which hails back to the very first series episode Rose.
Oh, blimey.
So it's not in Landaf, where it was gonna be filmed. You know, he's going back to the village. It's gonna be filmed where Rose was for, you know, the flats where Rose lived.
Oh. Oh, we're not going back to Rose territory again, are we?
I hope not.
Oh, God.
It's bad enough she's in the 50th. But
Uh,
I guess they couldn't help that since they were pulling Tennant out of his timeline. They'd have to have Rose.
He's going back to those flats just with weed killers to finally get rid of her for once and forever.
Maybe he goes back and the Cybermen blow up the flats.
Yeah.
Killing Rose in the process before he ever gets to meet her. She doesn't even appear in the episode because the Cybermen blew up the flat.
Get rid of a chav. Or something.
Yeah.
TNT for the chav.
Which of course alters everything in the Doctor's history that has taken place since she met Rose.
Oh, I don't know.
And they get to start all over fresh and new. New Doctor, new history.
Yeah. I get the distinct feeling, you know, we're at the end of season 7 now, and that's about the same year in the original series where the show went through a complete revamp. So do you think it's possible that after 3 Doctors of the new series they might be sort of looking to sort of do another sort of revamp or reboot, maybe?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're gonna revamp the series, make it more like the classic series, where it was an adventure story, not a love story.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've had enough of that, really. Companions falling in love with the bloody Doctor all the time.
yeah, we had enough of Amy and Rory, or I Love You, Amy, and all this rubbish. You know, that wants to, you know, stop fully in the series.
It's supposed to be an adventure in time and space, not a love story in time and space.
Not Twilight in time and space. Nobody can do worse than that. Is there a market in television for that sort of adventure thing still, would you say?
Yeah, I think they have the fan base from the original series, the people who watched it since Pertwee or Baker, and they have them, and they were watching it, and they raised their children to watch it. So I think, yeah, this is the Doctor we want. We don't want this lovesick Doctor. We want the adventurer Doctor who goes to other planets and other civilizations and other times and helps people on the way. Helps the good guys. Works for the underdog.
Yeah, just like the old series.
I'd like to see it more in outer space instead of just on Earth all the time.
Always in Cardiff, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The planet Cardiff.
Yeah.
Now we know Unit's going to be in the 50th.
The next time the Cybermen appear, they're going to be speaking in bloody Welsh, aren't they? Yeah.
No, I doubt
We're
that.
going down to the planet to invade now, our pet, you know, or something like that.
Well, I'm Welsh and I don't understand a bit of it.
That's the Doctor, that is. He's the sworn enemy of the Cybermen, like. Or something like that. Oh, no. Horrible Welsh accent, but never mind. Yours is good, though, Steve. Your accent, Welsh accent, is really impressive.
Thank you. But I don't speak Welsh, I speak English.
Oh, well.
I don't understand about a bit of it, and I'm not interested in the Welsh language at all.
Well, Planet Wales. Well, it's a load of rubbish, innit? It just, constantly turning up on bloody Earth all the time. I mean, Christ's sake, it can't be that expensive to do outer space or on a space station or whatever, because the classic series did it,
It's like Star Trek being on Earth all the time.
Yeah, Star Trek.
That's right.
Yeah. You got Stargate Atlantis and the original Stargate, they went to alien planets. They were quite obviously, Earth, but they always managed to do it normally. Yeah.
With the original Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry said he never wanted to have a story set on Earth unless it was in the past, because he wanted the viewers to use their imagination of what the Earth of the future was like. He never wanted to depict it.
Yeah, it's just.
Now, Pertwee's error, because of budget cuts, he was stuck on Earth. The Time Lords kept him on Earth. He couldn't travel. He couldn't use his TARDIS, not until the Three Doctors. Then they increased the budget, and he was able to go to other planets and use the TARDIS.
But
that was budgetary that he was stuck on Earth.
But that was, they cleverly wrote it into the whole series. It wasn't just
right. And he was fighting the Master the whole time.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. It was all sort of a bit more. Well, in hindsight, I think that was a good way to get, the whole excitement of being in space again going after 7 years. And then, of course, Tom Baker took it further, and it just. I've always thought that perhaps one series of the Fifth Doctor, in the 80s, because by then it was all sort of, English genteel was back in fashion, should have been set in like a Stockbridge type village, just like from Doctor Who Monthly or something, which would have fitted his type of Doctor. It just doesn't feel sometimes like Doctor Who when it's just in another sodding counter estate or something.
Yeah.
If you want to watch that, then watch a soap opera in a counter estate or closer something on British TV.
Torchwood was based on Earth. You can understand that, but Doctor Who should be out in space.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
space or different time periods. Go to a planet, but in a different time. Not the planet in the present time, a planet in the past, a planet in the future, but not Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, every now and then do an adventure in Earth, but Earth in the past, maybe Earth in the future. Not Earth in Cardiff.
Yeah.
21st century Cardiff again.
I think next they're going to set the next series of Doctor Who in a benefits office or something. A welfare office.
No.
Yeah. Davros will be one of the people working there, probably.
I think the series is going to have bigger ratings than it's ever, since the Christopher Eccleston series started when it came back in 2005. And I think Peter Capaldi could beat Tom Baker's reign as the Doctor.
So do I. I think he might do it.
He's not going to leave when Stephen Moffat. He's going to stay on because he loves Doctor Who.
Yeah, he wanted to be the Doctor since he was 15 years old, if not younger.
I mean, it was different with David Tennant. David Tennant wanted to go to Hollywood and all that. But Peter Capaldi, as we all know, has done Hollywood. He's won awards and everything, so you don't have to do that no more.
He's won Oscars, he's won BAFTAs, he's achieved all that stuff. He doesn't need to use Doctor Who as a launch career to Hollywood. He's already done it. Now he's doing the job he's wanted all his life. They're gonna have to drag him out.
Well, he's got accolades. He's director, writer, producer, actor.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a bit unusual, really. Oh yeah, of course. It's the opposite to Matt Smith. He started off as a relative unknown with not that many credits, theatre mainly and TV here and there, where Capaldi already has achieved that and more, including an Oscar.
Right.
So you could argue that he's doing Doctor Who literally out of fan, wish fulfillment.
Right, which is why he's going to play it as long as he wants to. And I hope it's going to be 10 years. I think Baker was 7 or 8. I hope Capaldi's at least 10. We don't have to have the Doctor regenerate every 3 years.
No.
in a couple of years he will be eligible for a British not passport, bus pass.
In the next 5 years.
Yeah,
So he could play the Doctor up until he's 65. Because the Doctor's supposed to be an old man anyway.
Doctor's 1,000 something now.
he'll be able to go from travelling in a TARDIS in a bus for free. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to something else, which links in perfectly with the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, which is the format of which Season 8, the 12th Doctor's first season, or Season 1 again, just like before. What format will that take? Because there have been reports that it will be another split season, possibly shown in the autumn of 2014, and low on budget, presumably, or something like that. So
No.
expect hand puppets and sock puppets.
No, they won't do it because there's a new Doctor coming. So what they'll do, they'll start it next autumn and they'll finish at Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to lose one episode. It's going to be 12 episodes instead of 13.
Yeah.
And we have a long wait after the Christmas episode. Long wait.
Because people don't realise how so much work goes into doing one episode. The crew, the makeup, people there. It's not just somebody going around with a video camera. It's because I've been on location seeing them filming a few times, and it's hell of a lot of work put into it.
Oh crap!
It takes them about the Silence of the Library took 6 weeks to film. 6 solid weeks. That's every day.
6 weeks for just a 40 to 50 minute episode.
Yeah, but don't forget that was in 2 parts. Because there's Silence of the Library and Forest of the Dead, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 weeks it took to film all that.
Bloody hell. Why would it take 6 weeks though?
Yeah, to get the special effects right, for one.
You got to edit it. You got to take out the parts that you don't want in it.
Then you got to score it.
Fucking hell. So it's not like they're just moving really slowly.
No.
Although there's no Easter special. There's no Easter episode in 2014. You're not going to get an episode until either late August, September.
Because I seen Doctor Who, they were filming the Sontaran Stratagem episode, and they were there for 4 days filming constantly.
Holy smokes.
And, to get everything perfect. And it was only about 20 minutes of what they filmed.
Perfect.
Now, every year since they've come back, they've done something for children in need. So I don't know if there's going to be a mini episode for children in need this year. They haven't said.
So it will be 12 episodes in a one block thing. None of this sliced cake rubbish.
No, they want to do it because it's a new Doctor.
And it'll be virtually 3 2 months short of an entire year until we get any more Who.
Right.
Jesus sake.
What they'll do, they'll just carry on filming. They will.
I'm not sure if the episodes are going to be longer now. If they're going to be an hour.
They're going to be 60 minutes in here.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They're going to be longer, but it's only going to be 12 episodes instead of 13.
Because what's going to happen when they've done the 12 episodes, everybody's seen the 12 episodes. They'll have a break from Christmas and they'll start filming the next series, like series 9.
Although back in the classic days, you'd get seasons consisting of 26 episodes. So.
I mean, look at the
that's good,
Dalek Master Plan. That was 12 episodes. They wouldn't do that, no.
Still slacking off.
Yeah.
It would cost way too much now, I bet. I mean, I don't think even today's actors could cope with that, because William Hartnell, up to, well, I suppose the end of Patrick Troughton's era, it was non-stop filming. I mean, literally all year round.
Yeah.
Like a soap opera, basically. Holy smokes.
And sometimes I met Fraser Hines, who played Jamie, as a companion in the. I met him last week at Comic-Con in Cardiff, and he said Patrick Troughton might get pissed or drunk out of his mind, and he'll turn up late on the set.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
You heard it from the source. You heard it from Jamie, Fraser Hines.
No, but hell. I did see your picture on Facebook, and he's doing rather well. I think I follow him, or I used to follow him on Twitter. He's
very, very, very nice to meet.
He loves his cricket as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Blimey hell. Yeah, blimey. So,
I told him as well that Patrick Troughton was my first Doctor I ever seen.
Ah. Well, he's got tons of stories about Patrick Troughton, and if you listen to the BBC audios, not Big Finish ones, I think he might have done the same thing for Companion Chronicles as well, but he does a very good impression of Patrick Troughton, actually, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Did you ask him to do an impression? Because I bet he wouldn't have minded doing it.
No, he was. I spoke to him for about 15 minutes, but people wanted his autograph then, so I had to stop talking to him then.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do a chat with him.
But he does a fantastic, uncanny impression of Patrick Troughton, and he's used it on several audios. Yeah.
And I did ask him, can you look at me now and say, are you in the 50th anniversary? No. I've not a word of no one, the BBC, nothing.
What?
Yep.
What? They haven't asked any past Doctors or past companions?
They haven't asked him. I asked him, have they asked you to go appear in the 50th? He said no.
I'm presuming, though, Steve, if he'd been asked, he would have done it. Yeah, he would have jumped at the chance.
I would have done it. I would have jumped at the chance.
Oh, what? You do realise they're missing one hell of a trick, both of you. I mean, think about it. Jamie McCrimmon acting opposite, Matt Smith's very second Doctorish Doctor. I mean, that would be an absolute sight to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because he did model his Doctor in some ways, Well, he didn't rip him off, but he took inspiration. He's like a 21st virgin, but 21st century version of the second Doctor. So it would make perfect sense. He said in a nearly Welsh accent. Well, what more on it really is?
Companions.
What is wrong with the BBC? I mean, seriously.
What is wrong with Stephen bloody Moffat?
Well, there's an entire list for some Doctor Who fans. But, what's wrong with his banana?
Because I think that Fraser Hines is going to be in the 50th. I think it's called the BBC Audio Doctor Who. The light at the end of the tunnel, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Doctors.
Yeah.
I think he's in the audio.
Doctors 4 to 8.
Oh,
it's like
he might be playing the second. He might be playing the second Doctor if he's in the audio.
Well, let's face it, Patrick Troughton won't be.
That's true.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, he could play alongside Colin Baker, you know, in the audio.
That's true.
Because he's been in the Two
they've
Doctors.
acted together before.
Yeah, he's been in the Two Doctors.
Well, he would have been in that, wouldn't he? But he had commitments at Emmerdale. And again, Five Doctors, he would have been in that more with Zoe, I think. But yet again, he appeared in that, but he was limited because of Emmerdale. Or as it was known once upon a time, Emmerdale Farm.
Emmerdale Farm, it was called at that time.
Yeah, Emmerdale Farm.
It used to be, it used to come on, I used to go to school, it'd be on at 1:30.
Sort of back in his days with travelling with a sheep. And
Yeah.
anyway, needless, that's all time we have for Doctor Who radio show. I have been, that's the way it goes, and on, and hopefully still will be next week. Anyway, thank you for joining us, viewers, and these also have been
Stephen Price from Wales.
Jimmy Porto from upstate New York.
and until next time, thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.